We all have to make a tough choice. We can either face the storms or find peace within ourselves. When it seems like the whole world is against you, how do you stay strong and not give up when you're under a lot of stress and anxiety? Imagine going through one of the worst mental shocks a person can go through. You lose a loved one suddenly, not because they were sick or old, but because of an accident. It's painful, and it tests all of your beliefs and strength. While you're still trying to accept this harsh reality, you find out that a close friend who you had trusted with all your secrets and trust has betrayed you. This double loss and betrayal breaks your trust in life and the people around you, and you feel lost and like you don't know how to continue your journey. It's in these dark times that Stoic philosophy shines like a light, teaching us how important it is to accept what we can't change. Being strong means having the guts to change what we can and the sense to know the difference. One way to keep our inner peace and move forward on the path to spiritual freedom and serenity is to know the 10 things we shouldn't talk about. Join me on this journey to learn about those 10 topics and how avoiding them can help us build a strong foundation for our souls and live a peaceful, harmonious life, no matter how stormy the weather is outside. But before we get to the 10 topics, I want to challenge you to watch the whole video without skipping a single lesson. Each one is a key to unlocking wisdom and serenity in your soul, which will help you live as a true Stoic. Number 1, don't talk about challenges. Life often throws us huge problems that can leave us feeling lost and alone. Every step, from the smallest daily problems to the most difficult spiritual battles, requires strength, patience, and courage. But in the silence of the soul, following the teachings of Stoic philosophy, we find an innate power. It's not always necessary to speak out or brag when things go wrong. Instead, we should learn to accept and overcome problems quietly, but with strength. True strength doesn't come from letting our feelings show every time we face a problem. It comes from being able to control them and triumph over them with bravery and intelligence. Talking about our problems doesn't make them go away. Sometimes it makes them worse in our minds. Show your strength through patient actions, perseverance, and unwavering determination. Every problem we face in life not only teaches us something important, but also gives us a chance to get stronger spiritually. When bad things happen, staying quiet is not a sign of giving up. It shows that you are strong and determined, making every challenge pointless in the end because of our strength and willpower. So face every challenge and let yourself get stronger, not just through words, but also through silence and brave confrontation. Take care of your mental health by being calm, strong, and unbreakable, and use every task as a chance to keep improving yourself. Number 2, don't reveal your secrets. It's not always the lash of an enemy that hurts the most. Sometimes it's the wounds caused by those closest to us. Don't take chances with the people in your life. They may become more fragile than you think. Even with close friends and family, you need to be careful about what you say and do. Some secrets should not be shared casually to avoid starting a rumor. In this complicated world, Stoicism shines like a light. Shedding light on the way with firm ideals, staying calm and not letting feelings control actions. Secrecy is also a part of who you are. It's a personal mark that you don't want to be revealed out of interest or gossip. Using self-control to keep secrets shows that you can handle information well and also shows that you have inner strength. Keeping a secret is a choice that comes from self-respect and protecting one's mental space. However, it's important to remember that not all secrets should be kept forever. Sharing secrets in a smart and timely way can lead to deeper understanding and connection. The important thing is to figure out the right time and person to say or do something so that every word and action has meaning and serves a higher purpose. And when our secrets are accidentally revealed, Stoicism again guides us in how to react so that we don't lose our cool or suffer. Instead, we learn to see things objectively, which helps us find solutions and learning opportunities. Not only is this a way to deal with problems, it's also a chance to get better. Finally, on the journey of life, keeping secrets and sharing them in the right way is not only a lesson in self-mastery, but also a sign of maturity and knowledge that you are ready to become a real Stoic. To live in peace with the world where every word and secret has meaning, you need to learn how to survive. Number 3. Don't talk about your achievements. Stoic philosophy teaches us a lot about self-mastery and privacy. When someone keeps their accomplishments a secret, it's not out of fear or secrecy, but as a sign of inner maturity and depth, showing what kind of person they are that lies beneath their successes. Let me tell you more about the story of the gardener's name was Liam, and he slowly turned a barren piece of land into a paradise of life, a garden full of colors and scents. Every morning, as the soft dawn light spread across the space, Liam would rise early and work hard, never showing any signs of complaint or exhaustion. His job wasn't just to take care of plants, it was also to take care of all the tiny living things in his garden. Liam never talked about the hard work or problems he had to solve. Instead, he smiled and talked about how happy he was to see each flower grow and each fruit ripen in the sun. Not only is Liam's story an example of humility, it also teaches us a deep lesson about how important it is to master ourselves. It's a lesson about living fully in the present moment and not seeking attention or praise from others. Instead, we should focus on our own growth and progress and find joy in every moment of our daily work. By not talking about our successes, we learn to value the process over the result, seeking happiness in every hard moment and freedom from being dependent on other people's looks. It's the essence of living a life where you don't need outside praise to feel good about yourself, where you wake up every morning knowing you're becoming the best version of yourself in silence and self-mastery. So let your accomplishments be shown through actions, by constantly improving yourself every day, rather than through words. That's the true way of life of a Stoic, a life full of meaning, humility, and focus on inner development that goes beyond the flash. Number 4. Don't talk about your next steps. If you like chess, picture a person moving their pieces without making a sound while their opponent tries to figure out what they will do next. Not only is this a fight of wits, but it's also a deep lesson in patience, strategy, and silence. In the world of chess, every move has a message and an unspoken plan that only experienced players can fully understand and judge. Silence isn't just a part of the game, it's a secret weapon that can make the difference between victory and defeat. Stoic philosophy, which teaches self-control and humility, supports this view of life. When you don't tell anyone what your next move is, you not only keep your plans secret, but you also keep the focus and motivation you need to face challenges. Keeping your plans close to your chest is a sign of respect because it protects you from being judged and distracted. This helps you focus deeply. You can focus all of your energy and attention on reaching your goals without anyone else hearing them. You can grow as a person without needing approval or acceptance from others. Also, keeping your plans a secret is not only a smart move, it shows that you are independent. You are in charge of your own life and can confidently choose each step without needing anyone else's approval. This also keeps you from getting too comfortable with praise, which can lead to laziness. Instead, it pushes you to keep working hard until you reach the end of the noble journey. Being quiet about what to do next is a lesson of inner strength and the value of humility. By keeping your plans close at hand, you create a strong inner space where focus and determination can grow. Thrive without interruptions. Let your actions show how valuable they are. When you reach your goals, the silence you've chosen will say volumes. Number 5. Don't talk about others. We live in a flat world where social status or even the opinions of others can make someone seem less important. Who likes whom? Who hurts whom? And who is doing what are everyday topics of conversation? But what if people are talking about you? Surely that wouldn't make you happy, and you shouldn't talk about other people either. Here are some reasons why you shouldn't do that. First, let's talk about the power of words. Words have a lot of power, but we need to remember that not all words are worth our attention. Stoicism stresses moderation and being aware of what you say. The first step to living a useful and self-directed life is to carefully choose your words. The second step is to focus on yourself. Instead of worrying about what other people say or think about us, we should worry about what we can control: our feelings, actions, and thoughts. This not only helps us feel less anxious, but it also makes sure that we are using our energy to improve ourselves. Third, making the environment more positive. When we choose not to talk about other people behind their backs, we help make the environment more positive. Respect and kindness set the tone, which starts a chain of good things happening in the community. Fourth, forgiving and understanding. Not talking about other people is also a way to show that you forgive and understand that everyone has problems and makes mistakes, and accepting this helps us develop empathy and compassion for those around us. Not talking about other people is not only a choice in behavior, but also an important part of building a meaningful life. We are told to live a self-directed life, focusing on personal growth and showing kindness and understanding. We are now halfway through the journey. Here are 10 things that we can avoid to help us build a strong base for our soul. Your presence here shows that you are ready and committed to taking on our task on the way to becoming a real Stoic. Write something. As inspiration and support for yourself, I have come halfway through the journey to becoming a true Stoic. Now, let's move on to the next topics. Number 6. Don't talk about your good deeds. Imagine a candle quietly lighting up a dark room. Its light is soft, not intrusive, but warm, and it lights up everything around it. This is the symbol of doing good, where every act of kindness is done not for praise or recognition, but because it is the right thing to do. In a world where people often want attention, quietly doing good things seems to have been lost. Let's look into the life of Jack, a man who follows the Stoic mindset. Jack often gives homeless people meals and helps them at a nearby community center where he works. He doesn't do this to get attention or praise. He does it because he thinks it's the right thing to do. One very cold winter day, Jack saw a young man freezing on the street with nowhere warm to go. Instead of giving him money, he helped him. Jack took him to a cafe and bought him a hot meal and a coffee. He sat with the man and heard his story, which showed him that someone cared. Jack never told anyone this story because the act itself was more important to him than the praise or attention he got from others. Remember that acts of kindness should not be done to get attention or praise. Like a candle in the dark, our actions should gently shine. We are truly living at our highest essence when we do good deeds without expecting anything in return. We find contentment and happiness in helping others without needing recognition. Stage lights can't tell the true value of noble deeds, so let's do good deeds quietly and let your actions show how valuable you are. It's usually a good idea to keep your good acts to yourself for a number of reasons, remembering to be humble. Talking about your own good acts can sound cocky or conceited. Keeping them secret helps you stay grounded and humble, staying away from self-righteousness. Telling everyone about your good deeds can make you feel guilty or better than people who aren't as helpful or kind. This can make things farther apart instead of closer, which can hurt real connection and empathy. Maintaining integrity. Some people think that talking about your good acts too much can make them seem less sincere and real. Doing good things just to get praise or attention can make the actions less honest. Taking privacy into account. Sometimes, the people you help may want to keep their situation a secret. You show respect for their privacy and honor by not telling everyone about what you're doing. You can inspire other people through your actions instead of your words if you don't talk about your good deeds. Most of the time, setting a good example has a bigger and longer-lasting effect. personal growth. Not telling anyone about your good deeds lets you focus on growing as a person and thinking about what you've done instead of looking for praise or validation from others. At the end of the day, your values, cultural norms, and the specifics of each case will affect your choice of whether to share your good deeds or keep them private. But many people choose to keep their selfless acts secret because they believe in the principle of humility and sincerity. Number 7. Don't talk about your future plans. You might want to think about why you shouldn't tell other people about your plans and goals. People usually think that if they know about our plans and goals, others will help and give us feedback, which will make our plans more likely to succeed. However, experts have shown that telling other people about your plans makes it less likely that you will actually follow through with them. These studies have been going on for a long time. A study by W. Mara in 1933 found that when someone announces a solution to a problem and is praised for it, their brain creates a social reality that makes them feel like they've finished the job, even if the solution hasn't been put into action yet. Making plans for the future. The secret isn't just a way to practice self-control, it's also a lesson of how powerful it is to live in the present. The future is blank and hasn't been written yet, so it shouldn't be talked about with certainty. The strength of keeping future plans secret creates room for deep focus on current work. This is in line with the core principle of Stoicism. We should focus on what we can control instead of showing off our future plans. Every day, act with clear intention and purpose, and cherish every moment as a chance to live true to your values and principles. When you're not thinking about your future plans, you live and fully exist in each moment, living each day as if it were the last. This not only keeps us from feeling like we've accomplished something, but it also inspires us to take real action to reach our goals. Keeping your plan a secret is also a sign of humility and mystery. A prominent silence shows confidence and independence, reaffirming that we trust our path without needing approval or encouragement from others. Of course, there is an exception. If you need someone to watch over you and encourage you to do your daily tasks, you should tell them about your goals and plans. But remember that you are trying to become a true Stoic, so it's better to train yourself than to rely on a supervisor. If you agree with our point of view, please let us know. Number 8. Don't speak of your weaknesses. Have you ever thought about whether you should tell other people about your weaknesses? The answer is no. I strongly believe that we shouldn't. The reason is that people, even those we love, could use them against us. It's important to tell the difference between flaws and weaknesses. A flaw could be a bad habit or a mistake in our character that we can see and fix. It's important to admit when we're wrong, but weaknesses are a whole other story. Our weaknesses are what make us weak, and the way they affect our feelings or actions can make us fall apart at any time. We can either hide our weaknesses or get over them, but we can't do that if no one knows about them. To show this, think about the following situation. It's normal for people to get angry when bad things happen. Have you ever been mad at someone for doing something right? The answer is probably no. Anger usually comes from thinking that someone is being unfair or unjust to us. But if we talk about our weaknesses, others can hurt us, whether they mean to or not. This makes it harder for us to get better and creates a cycle of hurt. Facing and getting past our weaknesses in silence is not only a sign of strength, but also of self-respect and self-control, which are central Stoic principles. We are strongly reminded of how important it is to keep things that could put us at risk from the outside world secret. This way, we not only keep ourselves safe, but we also keep our inner peace and harmony and continue our journey of personal development without being judged. The phrase, "Don't talk about your weaknesses," is often used to tell people they should focus on making the best impression possible, especially in professional or competitive settings like job interviews, networking events, or performance reviews. That's why this piece of advice is often given. Impression management. Many times, people want to make a good impression, whether it's to get a job, build trust, or earn respect. Talking about weaknesses could hurt this goal by bringing up places where someone is weak or vulnerable. Perception of competence. A lot of people think that showing your weaknesses can make people question your skills or competence. For example, employers might be less likely to hire someone who doesn't seem to have a lot of the right skills or traits. Competitive advantage. If you show your flaws in a competitive setting, others might be able to beat you. For example, if you talk about a weakness linked to the job during an interview, it might make you look less qualified than other applicants. Keeping your confidence up. Focusing on your skills can help you and those watching you keep your confidence up. People often think that confidence is a good thing, and thinking about your flaws can make it worse. But it's important to remember that this advice should be taken with a grain of salt. It's not a good idea to talk about your flaws in public, like during job interviews, but it's also important to be honest and aware of your own needs. In some situations, admitting your flaws can show that you are humble, self-aware, and ready to get better. In addition, being honest about areas where you might need help can help teams communicate and work together better. In the end, it depends on the situation and the culture norms of the place where you are, that you should or shouldn't talk about your weaknesses. It's important to find a balance between being yourself and putting on a good face. Number 9. Don't talk about your deepest dream. In topic number 9, we talk about a deep and meaningful piece of advice about keeping our deepest goals a secret. This isn't just good manners. It's also a deep way to strengthen your inner strength and claim your spirit's independence. Imagine you're working on a big dream, like writing a book that could change people's lives. If you tell other people about it too soon, they might look at it with suspicion, which can be discouraging and cause you to lose focus. This is where the value of inner peace comes in, which we can maintain through silence and reflection. When you keep your dreams close, you create a space where you can grow them without being interrupted by outside noise. This is not only a focus on aids, but also on the chase of dreams that are more important. Stoicism is based on self-reliance. If you hold on to deep dreams, you not only take full responsibility for making them come true, but you also build inner power and resilience. Think of yourself as a seed that was planted in the dark and needs time, care, and security to grow strong before it can reach the light. By keeping your dreams a secret, you learn to patiently care for and grow them, which makes them stronger and more realistic. By not rushing to get other people's approval, you create a calm space for your dreams to naturally grow. By not sharing your personal goals, you not only protect them from the world's critical eye, but you also strengthen your spirit and make it more independent. This is a process of persistence and self-improvement where each step counts. Please remember to press the bell. Add your email address if this 9th topic taught you something. The saying, "Don't talk about your deepest dream," means that you shouldn't share your deepest, most private hopes and dreams. Here are some ways to look at this idea and things you should know about it. Sharing your greatest dreams can make you feel vulnerable because you are letting someone know something very personal about yourself. It makes them vulnerable to criticism or judgment from other people, which can be painful or even harmful. Protecting your own goals. Sometimes keeping your greatest dreams to yourself is the best way to keep them safe. If you don't share them with everyone, other people might not be able to accidentally hurt your goals or stop you from going after them. Avoiding pressure or expectations. If you talk about your greatest dreams with other people, they might put pressure or expectations on you. This pressure could affect your choices or make you feel like you have to follow a road that fits with what other people want instead of what you want. Keeping the riddle alive. Hiding some parts of yourself can make you seem more mysterious and interesting. You can decide how much of yourself to share with others, and it can help you feel independent and able to rely on yourself. How to protect yourself from sabotage. Unfortunately, not everyone has your best interests at heart. If you share your greatest dreams with the wrong person, they might try to hurt you or trick you. Keep some goals close to your chest to keep other people from getting in the way of them. Personal growth and reflection. Sometimes, keeping your greatest dreams to yourself gives you the space and freedom to explore and grow them without anyone else getting in the way. It gives you time to think about what you really want and how you can go about getting it in your own way. Overall, talking about your hopes and dreams can be a great way to connect with others and get support. But you should be careful about who you tell your dreams to and know the value of keeping some dreams close to your heart. Number 10. Don't talk about your moments of solitude. In the stillness of solitude, we are free to face ourselves without any masks or background noise. This is a time when we can hear the true voice of our hearts, which is often lost or ignored in the busyness of daily life. When we're alone, we not only face ourselves, but also the universe. We realize that we are all connected and that our loneliness is only temporary. Loneliness teaches us how to live on our own and not depend on other people's approval or judgment. It pushes us to build a strong inner space where we can grow our best qualities and values. When we're alone, we learn to accept a challenging situation. We can face and get over our fears when we realize that true peace and happiness come from within, not from outside approval or sympathy from others. We learn to find stability and tranquility in uncertainty, peace amidst the storms of life, and a state of noble soul where peace and strength coexist. Connecting with oneself in times of solitude is not only an act of self-respect, but also an expression of freedom. Lonely times become valuable gems on the path to self-discovery, and we learn to value silence during these times. Based on the Stoic philosophy, you should respect people's privacy and value solitude as an important part of life. Stoic philosophy reminds us of how important it is to be self-disciplined, humble, and focused on improving ourselves every day by avoiding talking about the 10 things that were listed. We not only promote a calm mind, but also a positive environment for personal growth and community spirit. As you go deeper into this journey of self-discovery with us, don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below the video. Your feedback and sharing are great ways to support us and help us keep making more meaningful and insightful content. If you find value in these insights and want to help us, please don't hesitate to. Most importantly, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our videos where we talk about and use Stoic theory in real life. Don't forget to watch the Stoic lessons at the end of the video so you don't miss any lessons. Thanks for sharing time with us today. Have a meaningful life, be disciplined, and always try to get better. I'll see you in the next video.